In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how to make a Facebook ad. So the first thing we do is go to facebook.com, and on the top menu bar on the right hand side where we have this little triangle here, you just click on that and you go down to where it says create ads. If you already happen to have an ad running, you would just click on manage ads to see that. So let's click on create ads and have the ad creator load up here. It's going to load our settings and our ad account. It's going to let us choose our marketing objective. So we can either focus on generating some brand awareness, perhaps some traffic or video views, or even just going straight for a conversion. So purchases, right? Or store visits, depending on what your service or your business is. So for this tutorial, I want to focus on generating some traffic. So I'm going to go ahead and click on traffic. And it's just going to generate a little description here for us and give us a couple of options, like letting us name the campaign. So see, it says, send more people to a destination on or off Facebook, such as a website, app, or messenger conversation. This last one is a brand new option, and this is great for businesses that are a bit more one-to-one or maybe business-to-business type. You can also create a split test, so you can create an exact copy of your ad and just change one variable. So that could be just changing the copy, just changing the image that you use, or just changing the people that actually send it to. So exact same ad sent just to men, or just to women, or just certain age groups, things like that. And you can create better ads in the future because you're going to get some data about what people are actually interested in what you're selling. So let's just go ahead and change the campaign name. We're going to go ahead and create this one for a clothing brand that caters basically just to women. So I just named it the name of the brand. The first thing we want to change is the traffic. So where are we going to try and drive the traffic to? We can send them to a website, which is what we want to do in this case. We want to send them to the web store, and hopefully they will purchase a t-shirt or other pieces of merchandise that we're selling. You can send them to an app, or you can send them to a messenger conversation. We're just going to leave it at website. Now, I want you to notice here on the right-hand side, we have two pieces of information that are really important and are going to help us find out how broad or how specific we're being with our targeting. The first one is audience size. So right now it's set to very broad, and we don't really want that. We want to get as specific as possible. So we are being very effective with our targeting. We're not spending too much to show our ad to people that are just not going to be interested in what we have to sell. And as we make changes to our ad here, we're going to see this little gauge change from broad to specific, and the potential reach is also going to change. Next, we're going to see the estimated daily results. So this is basically Facebook telling us approximately, based on data that they have and other similar campaigns, how many people they expect us to reach. So there's this range here, and how many link clicks we're going to get, approximately, of course, but they tend to be pretty accurate. We could also create an offer, and that just helps people save our ad for later. We're not going to do that in this case, but you can do that if you want to set a coupon or something like that. Next, we start to segment the audience. So this is really important. This is where most of the magic happens in Facebook ads. So this is where we define who's actually going to see our ad. And if you have any saved audiences, you can set those now, but I probably don't have any right now. We're just going to create a new one. So we're going to skip this custom audiences for now. I'm just going to go straight to locations, and we can be very specific. People who live at this location, who recently visited that location, who are traveling to that location, if that is relevant to you. But most likely, just you're going to want to leave it at everyone in this location because that's where they live. We're going to remove Mexico here, and we're going to add some locations here. So for example, we're going to add Berkeley, California. It's going to show up on the little map here, and you can change the radius around that location. So you can be super specific. And we're also going to add Santa Monica, California as well. Okay, we're just going to leave that as it is. Great, and notice that as I make these changes on the right-hand side, we're seeing the gauge change and move over to the more specific side. Our potential reach is dropping, of course, because we're starting to limit the people that are going to see our ad. And the reach is also going to change. So just something to notice to make sure you're not being too broad or too specific. Next, we set the age range. We're going to leave it at 18 to, let's see here, to around 27, which is based on our marketing data. Now, if this is the first ad you're making and you're not super sure about the type of people that are interested in your product or service, you're going to want to leave it as broad as possible and create some ads that are basically to help you figure out exactly that information. You're going to get the statistics as the ad is running. You're going to see the age range. You're going to see the gender. You're going to see the location. All kinds of really important and useful pieces of information that are going to help you create better ads in the future. Obviously, you're going to spend a bit more money, and you're not going to be as efficient if you happen to already know this information. But it is a good way if you're just starting out with Facebook ads to find that information out. If you already happen to know that information, your ads are going to they're going to be much cheaper because you are going to target just the people that you already know are interested in your products. So if you happen to know that, that's what you would put it. If not, you would just leave it very broad. So I'm going to change gender to women because, as I already mentioned, this is a female clothing brand. So we're going to change language to Spanish. This brand caters predominantly to Hispanic women, but you can also add English as well, depending on what who you're targeting. So next, detailed targeting. This is really cool. You can add demographic, interest, and behavioral keys, basically, that are gonna let you be really specific with your targeting. For example, we can add things such as interests, like they have to be interested in pop music, and they also have to be interested in fashion and shopping. So let's add that as well. Because Facebook has all this information, they already know what you like and what you're interested in. It's going to be really useful for us to target our potential customers. You can also add interests or behaviors. So the way you do that is you click on Browse. It's going to show you all the different options that they have. So for example, under demographics, you can be as specific as the person's education level, whether they have a degree, whether they graduated from high school, all that information. If that's useful for you and you happen to know who your target audience is, you can specify all that here, which is great. Even very personal stuff like relationship, how much a person earns, all that information you can target by all those categories. All right. I'm just going to not click this here, which is expand interest when it may increase link clicks at a lower cost per link click. This is basically Facebook using its algorithm to try and maximize your link clicks, but we really don't want to let Facebook do any sort of crazy things that we don't know how they're figuring that out. So we just want to basically, do some tests, figure out who our audience is, what they're interested in, and have us set that information, not Facebook. Because while they obviously are interested in helping you generate sales or clicks or what have you, they're also interested in their bottom line. So if they think they can squeeze a couple more dollars out of your advertising budget, they'll do that, and whether or not it's going to help you or not. So let's not let them choose. So connections, we're just going to go ahead and click on the connection type, and you can, for example, have only people who already like your page, so do like a sort of retargeting to show them an ad. If they already like your page, they already know about your brand. Or in this case, we want to exclude people who already like our page. We're looking just for new people. And then we add the page. So what page is it? This is the brand's Facebook page, so we'll add that here. All right. And you can, of course, save the audience for later, so you don't have to recreate it every time you run an ad. It's very useful. So next we get to placements. In placements, once again, if this is the first time that you're running an ad, I would recommend you just leave it on automatic placements and run it a couple of days until you get a bit of feedback, and then you find out which placements are working best for your ad. If you already happen to know that, for example, your ads work best in the feed or in the sidebar or on Instagram, then you don't want to waste time having your ads show up in places that are just not going to generate any interest. And in which case, you would click on Edit Placements. Right? And you can also change the device type if you just want to show it on mobile or desktop. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And we're going to deselect Instagram, the audience network, which is basically ads in other people's apps. We're going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of Messenger as well and just leave Facebook feed. We're going to get rid of instant articles and the right column. All right. And we can also specify mobile devices and operating system if that's relevant for you, but because we are selling apparel, that's not very interesting for us. Next, you can set the budget and the schedule. So the budget can be daily or lifetime. Just change that here. How much you're going to spend per day or over the course of the entire span of time that you're going to run the ad for. So we're going to set a daily budget. Actually, we're going to change it. We're going to change it to a lifetime budget, and we're going to schedule it to run for the weekend. So for example, I want it to run from Friday, and I want it to run until Monday. And you can change the times as well. It's going to just verify when it's going to start running, when it's going to end running. It's going to end on Monday for us. And it's also going to give you the total amount that you're going to spend for your ad. So that's pretty cool. Next, you can optimize the ad delivery. So for example, it's going to try and get people to click on the link, but you can change what it's going to optimize for. So for example, you can also optimize for landing page views. So the difference between link clicks and landing page views is in link clicks, they're only going to optimize for people that actually click on the link. And that's it. That's where, Facebook's optimization ends for that. But if you optimize for landing page views, they're going to follow the person that clicks the link all the way to your landing page. And they do that because you're going to integrate the Facebook pixel. You just Google that, Google Facebook pixel. And it's going to generate like a little piece of code that you're going to put on your website. And that allows Facebook to track people from the moment they click on your ad on Facebook all the way until they arrive to your website. So that's just a really good way to kind of follow the flow of customers from Facebook to your website. And you might see that actually people click the link and they never arrive on your page because your page is taking too long to load, or they get bored or whatever. And that would be interesting to know. So you can optimize for that. You can also optimize for impressions, and that's just how many times an ad is shown to somebody, or daily unique reach, which is how many times an ad is shown to unique users. Right? Okay, so we're gonna just hide this here. We're gonna leave it for link clicks. And the bidding amount, automatic. We're gonna let Facebook set the bidding price for our ads. If your ads perform very well, if they convert very well, people are clicking on them, people are doing whatever the action is that you're optimizing for, then your bidding cost is gonna go down, and it's gonna be cheaper for you to run your Facebook ads. If on the other hand, your ads are poorly made, you're not targeting the people that you're trying to get to click, they're not interested in your ad, then it's going to be more expensive for you to run your ads. So just something to keep in mind. If your ads are well optimized, it's going to be cheaper for you, and your bidding price is going to go down. If they're poorly optimized, it's going to be more expensive. You're going to get poor results, right? So it should be pretty obvious. If you have some experience with this, then you can set it to manual and set the bidding price. But I would just leave it on automatic for most people. And when do you get charged? So right now, on default, it's set on impressions. As I mentioned before, we're not really interested in impressions. We want to be charged when people actually click on the link. We don't care how many times a person saw it or how many people saw it. We only care how many people clicked on it. That's what's interesting to us. Ad scheduling, we're going to run ads all the time. If your product that you're selling, your service that you're providing, is time sensitive, maybe it's just for the weekend, maybe it's during certain hours, something like that, then you might want to run ads on a schedule and click on that, and it's going to let you, specify times and days that you run it. For us, it's not really that important. We just want to run the ads all the time. But that's something you should know about if you happen to have a service or a product that is time sensitive. So delivery type standard, we're just going to leave it as it is and click on continue. All right, this is where we select the Facebook page that is going to represent the ad. So that's this one here. That's the clothing brand that we're representing. You can also add the Instagram account if you want to make Facebook and Instagram ads at the same time. Next, we're going to choose the format. We're going to leave it at single image, but you have all these different options, carousel, single video, slideshow, collection, all kinds of different options. Just going to leave it on single image for this tutorial. And then you click on upload image to add your images. So I've got my image here already prepared. Let me see here. Here we go. All right. And here are the recommended image specs. Now, in a moment, I'm going to show you how to actually make your images for your Facebook ads and your social media posts. Placeit has a ton of different tools, a lot of design templates that are optimized just for Facebook. So I'll show you those in just a moment. But these are basically the recommended image specs that you would use. And next you add the links and the text and the headline. I've got that here. I've got the link. I'm just going to copy and paste it. I'm going to add it. So that's where we want people to go when they click on the button. And let's see the text. I can change the text as well. Oops. Change the text. and change the headline. All right. All right, great. You can add a call to action, but we're going to go ahead and change that to, it says it's on Learn More right now, but we want the button to say Shop Now, which makes more sense for us. And here on the right-hand side with these little arrows, you can actually preview your ad. So right now we're seeing how it's going to look in the mobile newsfeed, how it's going to look on a feature phone, so basically the cheap smartphones, and on the desktop newsfeed. All right, excellent. Okay, so that looks pretty good. You can also create the ad in multiple languages if that's relevant for you. We're going to leave all these options blank. You can change the way that the link displays. You can add a newsfeed description so it shows up, a longer description that's only going to show up on the newsfeed that might not show up where there's not enough space to put that description. You can add your UTM parameters here if you're using Google Analytics to track your people going from the ad to your website. You can add all that here. But for most people, you're just going to want to leave this blank if it's your first ad. And you can also turn on conversion tracking. So that's the Facebook pixel that I mentioned. I'm just going to turn it off for this one. This is where you would set that up. And when you're done, you simply click on confirm. It's going to take you to a page where you review everything and basically start running your ad. After a little while, you're going to get this confirmation that the ad was accepted or not. If there's an issue with it, most likely there won't be one, and it'll just start running and you'll start getting the feedback of how it's performing. So let me go ahead and show you how I made my image for my ad. So we go to placeit.net, and on the left-hand side of the menu bar, under Design Templates, we have Social Media Image Maker. So you just click on that, and you've got all these different templates that you can use. So for example, let me just open this one here in a new tab, so you can take a look at that. And these are super easy to use. You don't need to be a designer. You don't need to open Photoshop or Illustrator or anything like that. There are no layers. There's no learning curve, basically. If you can click on some boxes and, if you know what you like, you're going to be able to create a professional looking social media image and ads. So for example, you would just on the left hand side here change the text, and you're going to see that update on the preview. You can click on the button below that to change the font. All right, and we're getting this preview in real time, so we can just keep editing. And next to that, we've got the color picker, so we can just change the color. Super easy. All right, change the layout. No problem. On the right-hand side, we can choose the colors for the ribbon, the design of the ribbon. Super easy. We can change the background color. We can add a pattern. We can add a photo. All kinds of different things. Really, the possibilities are endless. And you can even upload a custom image. So a custom image of your product or your service or one that you took to make this really look professional and custom. And once you're done, you go to the top here where it says default, click on it, and you've got all these different presets. So for Facebook ads, Instagram stories, Facebook images, all kinds of different things. You just click on download when you're ready to stop making edits. And then you would purchase it for $2. Or if you happen to have any Placeit subscription, let me show you that just a second. Just close this here. To see the subscriptions, you just go to the right-hand side where it says pricing, and you click on that. If you have any of these subscriptions, either the casual, the pro, or the videos subscription, you get unlimited social media images that you can create. So instead of paying $2 for each one, they're just unlimited and free as long as you have an active subscription. So this is a great deal if you happen to make a lot of ads or social media posts, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever. This is great. So that's how you would make your social media image post. Next, let me go back to the main page of these are the social media images. We go back to Design Templates on the left-hand side, and we scroll down to Online Banner Maker. So now these are the online ads. So we've got a bunch of different templates that we can use here once again. I'm just going to select this one to show you what it looks like. Right. And these are also $2, or you get an unlimited amount if you have any of the Placeit subscriptions. So an excellent deal if you are someone that's going to promote your products on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, anywhere like that, and you're making a lot of images. This is a really great way to make professional images very cheaply, very quickly, and very professionally. So you would edit the text here, the font, the color. Once again, change the background, add your image, all kinds of different options that are super easy to change, right? And then once again, you go back to where it says default to change the size. You've got a bunch of different options, and here's the Facebook ad one. So we just click on that, and then we would click on download. And once again, either $2 or you get an unlimited amount if you have any Placeit subscription. So that's how easy it is to use the social media image maker and the online banner maker on Placeit with your Facebook ads.